It's that guy, Maceo Hurd. What's happening, Hurd?
Hey, man, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, another Wednesday, another Recruiting 101 day, man.
Episode 44.
We got one of our guys that we're going to be bringing up in a few minutes. That guy, you know, got that shiny head. We're going to see if we're going to keep the shiny head or we're going to put something on top of it during Friday night, baby. We got to look and check it out, Mace, man.
Yes, sir.
But we're going to talk to him. Mario Adams in the building, man. I won't hold things against him, but he family. He family, but we don't hold nothing against him. He family, man. We're gonna talk to him.
Don't be that way. We're gonna avoid it because we're talking high school football tonight.
Yeah, so. This ain't Monday.
This ain't tonight. Yeah, we'll save the argument for another time.
We'll bring him another time and do that.
We'll do that another time.
But tonight, man, we want to focus on taking up a new job, doing some people, and getting the community involved with the school, man. We want to make sure we get that out. Also, make sure what else we got for today, brother.
Man, we're gonna talk about IMG. Got to talk about IMG a little bit. We're going to really focus in on, man, offers versus really performing on the field, man. We gonna get into that, man. Big news broke today. Big game Bob at Oklahoma is stepping down.
He is stepping down.
He's out of there. We're going to talk about that, man. We're going to talk about...
It's interesting as well to see, because this is recruiting, how that affects at this time.
Right.
Recruiting, man.
You got to think about his recruiting class signed to play for him.
Exactly.
And now, all of a sudden, he's gone.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And we're going to talk about Justin Fields. His recruitment has become, he has probably seen the biggest rise in his recruitment from his junior to senior, coming into his senior year. He decommitted from Penn State.
We both like, what? Hey, man.
Yeah. That dropped last night. And, so we're going to talk about, commitments. Mm-hmm. Certain kids, to me, you don't have to commit at a certain time.
Right.
I mean, if you're a big-time kid, you don't need, schools are going to wait on you.
They sure will.
They just going to wait on you.
They sure will.
So, man, it's just so much stuff that we're going to cover tonight, man. And we're going to really get into it.
Yeah, man, that Justin thing, we talk about early commitments.
Right.
And we're going to bring it up because it comes to light with times like this.
Right.
Number one in a lot of publications and a lot of things that he's the number one dual quarterback in the country.
Yeah.
I know he gives my school some problems up there.
Right. And the thing about it, we're connected to the kid.
Yeah.
And his people, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah, man, I mean, interesting, man. But a kid like that, me personally, it's no rush for you.
No rush.
Enjoy the process. And again, so many kids are not doing that. But like I say, we're gonna really talk about these kids. They're more concerned about an offer as opposed to just play the game. We played the game. We grew up playing the game for love. And yeah, it's become this business or whatever. But if you don't make no plays on Friday night, it don't matter.
It still don't matter.
it don't matter.
Still got to play between the lines. Hey, man, this Crust intro is brought to you by Hard Work Apparel. Hard Work Apparel was designed to unlock the psychological elements of drive, desire, and determination. That's that 3D effect, which is necessary to push the body and mind to its optimal level of performance. Once you wear Hard Work Apparel, you will subliminally feel obligated to work at a high level. Please visit www.hardwork.com for more information. And what's the motto, Maceo?
Hey, baby, hard work ain't easy.
Hard work ain't easy.
Like we had to flip that tire 4 miles today. Boy, my body hurt.
Well, y'all can't be stopping traffic like that, man.
Bruh, listen, Coach Carter said, that's my street. They got to go around us.
They're going to call that Coach Carter Street over there.
All right now.
Hey, man, so sit back, relax, and get ready for this ride with the Crush, man. We'll be right back.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com. Thank you, sir.
Now we come to the special feature of our program.
Sensation Station Network.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Sensation Station Network. Radio to Atlanta.
Hot topics.
We're going to this hot topic brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dance. If your smile is becoming you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin Dance has been practicing dentistry for 16 years in beautiful Southwest Atlanta. His office is located at 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment at 678-836-2118. That's 678-836-2118. Make sure go ahead and jump into the hot topic, sir.
So, man, our hot topic today, man, story just came out. IMG has become, they're saying IMG has become ground zero for recruiting. Say colleges, every college in America makes a stop by there to see their guys. My personal opinion, they have so many advantages. We got Coach Allen, Mario Allen to the microphone. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
All right, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, when you hear IMG, first thoughts to come to mind?
Recruiting service.
Recruiting service, okay.
Just basically going out there and just getting the best player from all across the country, and then bringing them down to IMG.
Volume. There you go, Glaze.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, that's one of them things, man. I know it's, they're down in Florida. I know my brother coaches in Texas, so I know a lot of the Texas coaches have band together to kind of get them out of Texas from doing that. But evidently in Florida, it's like a free market. They just gonna get who they want to get and be done with it.
Talk about it, Glaze.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday with, I call it they the Bishop Gorman of the East now.
Right.
Because now they bring in kids that don't even play, and they can make them depth chart, first, second, third. And now coaches, they just going in there like a farm system. It's an actual farm system.
Yeah. Definitely a farm system.
It ain't really what kids are going down there. It's creating an unfair advantage because you're getting the top talent in the country.
Right.
And you can pay them. You're setting them up. We know what they're doing. They're trying to set them up to have that connection for that pro level.
Right.
So now that they can get them so they can level. It takes away from that. When we used to grow up and you knew that our boys gonna be there, or it's like this. It's a national. It's almost like a college program.
It is. It's basically a college program.
It's like a college farm system that they just going and just picking what they need and getting the players 6'6", 6'8". I think they got a kid 6'9" down there.
6'9", hadn't played a down of football, and he has 25 offers.
6'9", 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And when they played Grayson last season, and they put their how they operate during the day. These kids are through with class about 1:15. Mm-hmm. They have just a regimented schedule, weight training, field, film study, meal. I mean, it operates like a big time college. Yeah. So they do have a distinct advantage. But Coach, as a competitor, if you had the opportunity to play them with your program, would you line up a game?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't play him. For what? Like for what? It's like if you get if you got the best five-star athlete, the left tackle and across the board, and the quarterback and receivers and on your defensive line, you pretty much playing a semi-pro team against maybe some one-star and two-star kids. You don't have a level playing field, and that's what high school football is supposed to be about. The kids in your zone go to your school and they play at the local high school, but it's not getting like that anymore. So
very true.
But that's another subject.
You know what's sad, man, is that when they played Grayson, we know how talented Grayson was last year.
Mm-hmm.
They had so much depth that they wore Grayson out.
Yeah.
By the fourth quarter, they were bringing out bigger receiving. Grayson was like, dang.
What was funny about that game, so the kid who was the quarterback, who was the starter, the kid, when he got hurt, the kid who came in was a better recruit than the starter.
They just kept bringing them. It's
like we would all love that.
Yeah.
You're right.
We would all love that. Right. But hey, to each his own.
Hey, man, I understand. All the top-notch coaches in colleges going to come down there to look at the kids, and kids want that opportunity to go to the best program. What are you teaching them? It's you're going to win almost every game. Have they lost a game?
I don't think so.
I think they might play Bishop Gorman one day. So what's the purpose?
I think Bishop Gorman is on their schedule this year. I think they do.
So that's probably their level.
But see, like Coach Allen was saying, now the state of Texas has basically already banned they can't play any schools in Texas, which actually surprised me because, and we'll talk about it when we get into your interview because you played football in Texas.
Yeah. That's some talent in Texas.
That shocked me. That Texas, because you would feel like, to me, a place like Texas, place like California, like Georgia, man, come play us. Line up. We'll find out. But that's the competitor.
That's like having one big high school in South Fulton. Everybody go. Everybody from May, Langston Hughes.
Think about that.
Banneker,
Everybody just went into one school.
Westlake. Everybody at one school. Okay, now we'll play y'all.
South Fulton G.
Yeah.
We ready now. Exactly. Let's get it.
South Fulton All-Stars versus IMG.
Versus the world. Let's get it.
That's how you almost would have to play them, though. You have to get all-star squads to play them. Because, if they lose a quarterback that's a D1 going to this school and they say, all right, here come my other one.
Yeah. And then the third string guy, not too shabby either.
Yeah, they already got offers for him at third string.
Well, whereas regular school, but the disparaging from your starter to your second string.
Hey, it's a big drop off.
Boy,
third string your receiver. Your receiver.
You praying to God that your number one guy don't go down.
Hey man, we come back. We're gonna do. You hear the guy now? We're gonna do a question interview with him. So stay with us. It's the Crush.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Uncle Dan? Mom? Dad? If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Great leaders aren't born, They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day. Football stadium. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Station Network. Radio, not dumbed down.
Hey, man, we're back. Before we get into this interview, Maceo, we got to call him, man.
Hey, caller, what's your question on?
Yo, Maceo and Glaze.
Mike, what's up, cousin?
What's up, Mike?
Well, I'm just trying to make one more day like LeBron James trying to win one game.
Hey man. You know what it is, Mike.
Hey, you know we got never love for you, Mike. You always know that, brother. You always with us, man. So.
Mike, I got my Crush Council shirt on today, man, because we know that thing right there, man.
It's ridiculous, man.
Oh yeah, man. We gotta do something about it, man. So man, we lost a good one today. We lost a good one today.
You know, y'all got some interesting research that's going on down at the AU Center now. The I can't remember the woman's name, but she she made the Roland Martin show and a few national news show, and y'all know they're doing some groundbreaking research at a few different places, but they need to go and get it done. But I want to dedicate this show to Elsie Mae Redden.
You already know it, brother. That's why I got my Crush Council tee on, man. I got it. I got you, Mike. You know it.
Prayers to you and the family, Mike, as always. You know you triple OG, you family. So, hey, man.
All right, yeah.
Shout out this show for you, brother. Thanks for calling as always, man.
All right.
All right. What number did Mike call us at,
man? Mike called the show at 678-613-5857.
Yeah, man. One of
That's
our
when they
triple
got my tempo down over there. That's crazy.
Tempo down. Man, let's get into this interview right now, people. We're going to this question interview brought to you by ORC Software. The ORC team is committed to providing full life cycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. ORC's motto is when a customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to ORC.com. That's ORASI.com for more information. Make sure we heard from him, but get this man his proper introduction, man.
Hey, man, coming to the microphone, a young fella that truly lived the movie Friday Night Lights, man. He grew up, played football in the big state of Texas, man, where they do everything big, man. Florida A&M Rattler quarterback, man. Now he's the head coach at Banneker High School. Coming to the microphone, Coach Mario Allen. What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
Coach is in the building. So let me ask this, man. What made you getting this offer to take over the school? When did you know, and what made you want to take over the Banneker job?
Honestly, man, I moved to Atlanta in 2006, and I've actually stayed in South Fulton the entire time I've been here. So just knowing the lay of the land, knowing the area, and then opportunity presented itself.
Right.
And just I took a step back a couple years when I left Columbia High School to work on some personal things, and just went back to doing some other stuff like coaching baseball over in Cobb County. And then the opportunity came, and I'm just like, man, this could be great. I stay in the area. I know pretty much probably every street in the area over there. So, and then had the opportunity to meet the principal at Banneker. Man, it was just an awesome experience. Dr. Duke Bradley, he's young, energetic principal, doing a great job at Banneker High School. And just sitting down with him, talking to the AD, Clinton Lawrence. And when I left the interview, man, I was like, man, I hope I get a phone call back. Then, like Monday morning, they were like, hey, it's your job if you want it.
You're
man.
the guy.
You the guy.
Nice.
And I was like, bet. I'm there.
Now let's talk about why Banneker at this time.
I think Banneker at this time, man, is for a while now, that area of Banneker, that Banneker school zone, has kind of been unstable. It hasn't really been any consistency with leadership. And I think they had like 4 principals in 4 years. Coach, interim coach for a year, coach there for a year and a half. And so there's a lot of instability in the situation. And I think just having Dr. Bradley there as a principal who's been there for 3 years, I think 3 years going now. And like I said, the opportunity presented itself. So I'm like, look, let's jump at it.
Yep. Right.
Because everybody knows if you've lived in Southwest Atlanta, South Fulton, everybody knows that Banneker High School should be better than what it is. And they've actually built a brand new school, pretty much.
Brand new school.
I mean, and you walk the hallways, man. It looks clean. Everything is fresh and brand new. Awesome facilities.
Awesome facilities.
I went into the weight room and I was like, I don't need no membership no more playing the gym. I
can work out right here.
I can work out right
Yeah.
here. I can save them $20 and just just work out here. So,
which makes a difference because a lot of coaches who come into it, you want to have certain things. So seeing all this, what are some of the things that you want to be able to instill going into Banneker right now?
I think the biggest thing, man, is just getting the culture and the environment and the community involved. I mean, just being in that area, all I keep hearing is a lot of the Banneker alumni really want to get involved. They want to come out and help, but they just want somebody who's going to be there for more than just a year.
Right.
And like I told them, I'm like, I've been here 11 years. I'm not going nowhere. So like I said, my youngest daughter goes to school in the area. So to me, just having a stable situation, I'm not too far from the school. I can literally get there in 15, 20 minutes at the most. And I'll be able to, hit all the parks, middle schools, and I'm just looking forward to it, man. We right now we have about 45 kids out right now, and they busting their butt, man. Like I said, I have a good group of coaches that I really kept on the staff. They had a good foundation. The coaches are already there, man. And they've been, they're making my job easy. Like literally, I'm trying to figure out what can I do because the coaches they're getting it done in the weight room, conditioning on the field. So I'm like, what can I do to help out?
Do you know about somebody by the name of Patricia Allen?
Yes, that is my mother.
She is so proud of her son right now. Looking at these comments, she is so proud of her son.
Yeah, man.
Want to make sure we give her a shout out.
Yeah,
She's
man.
giving you some great comments right now.
Mom is special, man. It's good to have somebody who's been in your life and brought you into this world who's going to speak positive things about you. And we were fortunate, man. Like my mom and dad was always there, and that's why I think my mom was an ordained minister, by the way. So I just tell my mom, I do my preaching from the football field using different languages.
Right. Very, very creative.
Yeah, that she may not be using, but she knows it's all out of love. And like anything else, mom and son kind of bump heads as you get older. But because I grew up at, man, it was not too different than Southwest Atlanta back home in Dallas. So I grew up in Oak Cliff, which is every time I'm in Southwest Atlanta, I'm like, this is just like Oak Cliff, just like South Dallas. It's just like, and it's South Fulton is talented late. I mean, you look at Westlake, who's, Coach Reed's doing a great job over there, and they're in Class 7A.
They knocked on the door.
Yeah, Coach Cannon over there, they're in 6A at Langston Hughes. Yeah. Then you got Creekside and Banneker right there at 5A. So I'm like, there's no way that every school on the South End shouldn't be representing hard when it comes to the playoffs and in our region. So I just want to make sure that we can get that at Banneker High School, but we need guys to come back. We need guys to stay in the area and go to Banneker High School and get us back on the map.
Hey man, when we come back, man, we got more of a coach, man. We just getting started. Talk about this time as a rattler. Some of them days. Hey
Boy,
man,
I tell you.
yeah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coach Cannon.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Deliberate dumbing down. Dumb down society.
Deliberate dumbing down of America.
Dumb down public. Why would they do this? Sensation Station Network. Radio, not dumb down.
Hey, man, we're back. Still doing our crushing interview with the new head coach of Banneker High School here in South Fulton, Coach Mario Allen. Again, Coach, man, congratulations, sir. Macy, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, tell people a little bit about you. You actually played high school football. You won the state championship. You played college ball. You was the quarterback at Florida A&M University. How does all of that experience tie into what you're bringing to Banneker High School?
Honestly, man, since I started playing football, which I got a late start, man. I didn't start playing football until I was a sophomore in high school. I was a baseball guy.
Oh, okay.
And I got hooked into playing football, man, because my baseball coach was the offensive coordinator. And
Makes sense. They get you.
So
that's how they get you.
So what he did, like, hey, man, throw the football down there to the head coach, and it went about 70 yards. And
he go our quarterback.
So, hey,
yeah.
So like my sophomore year in high school, man, we went to the state championship, won it. Junior year, we lost by 3 points to the number 1 team. Then my senior year, man, we went undefeated, won the state championship 49-0.
Good for
then,
state championship. Good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
man.
like I say, so just starting off with that in high school, knowing that our season always ended up being in the state championship game, so I was used to winning.
Right.
And then our track program had won the state championship like 10 years in a row.
Wow.
Baseball program started off 4 years in high school, and I was the first guy to make All-State in like 25 years in baseball at that school.
Pedigree, pedigree, everybody, pedigree.
So from there, at that time in the early 90s, being a mobile quarterback, they want to like, hey, can you play receiver? Can you play? I'm like, man, look, I'll play quarterback. I've never played anything else but quarterback.
Right.
So Southern Cal sent me to a junior college in California, and I got re-recruited. And I thought I was gonna go to Southern Cal until I got out there, and I was like ranked in the top 10.
Right.
In junior college football. Then I had a devastating ankle injury. I almost shattered my leg. But I just verbally committed to the University of Washington. But of course, when I got hurt, it was like the phone started ringing.
Yeah.
That scholarship,
right here, then.
Yeah, that scholarship offer that they gave me that I verbally committed to would no longer do. So what happened was Coach Billy Joe had just got the job at Florida, and then that January, and the conference, AFCA conference, was in California that year.
Mm-hmm.
So, funny story, my dad was a drum major in college at Bishop College, which is now called Paul Quinn.
In Dallas?
In Dallas.
My dad went to Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my dad was a drum major, so my dad was like, they called me, like, he got a phone call, and my dad was like, hey, you got a phone call from your junior college coach. Is the school trying to reach you about a football scholarship? I'm like, who? He said, I said, is it in Texas, in California? Like, nah, it's in Florida. First thing I'm thinking is Florida State. UM. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in high school, no HBCUs recruited me. Because I was so highly ranked, they just feel like they just couldn't, recruit me. So, long story short, my dad was like, look, I don't know. I said, well, who? He said, Florida A&M. I'm like, Florida A&M? I'm like, I didn't know nothing about them in football. He said, look, I don't know about their football program, but they band is good.
Pop's gonna know it.
Yeah.
They band off the chain.
So I went down for a visit, literally. I was supposed to go to Texas Tech, which had offered me on the back end. I was going to go to Texas Tech. I went on to visit the FAMU, and the head coach was like, look, if you like it, you got to enroll in school, like, on Monday. I said, so I took the stuff. I'm like, Mom, they offered me a full scholarship. And I like it. I got enrolled in school. I went on my recruiting visit, and the rest is history. Because,
good old Tallahassee,
you get to Tallahassee, man.
You was something else, boy.
Good old Tallahassee.
You know how to close deals down there.
Man, they closed the deal big time.
Shout out to Tony Ezel, who was my okay, let's keep going. Oh, my bad. Okay, your statute of limitations. No doubt.
You want certain things come back up though.
Wow. Never mind, Tony Ezel.
Yeah. So I ended up going to FAMU and played quarterback there, and played 2 years. And both years, my first year we went, I think 6-5. I forget, like 6-5 or something like that. But my last year, for whatever reason, man, it kind of just clicked. And we were really a power running team. And out of nowhere, like every practice, we were just throwing this 4-wide set to throw the ball around. And next thing you know, we were playing Southern University in the Georgia Dome. And next thing I know, they're like, look, we were down 20s. We were like down 28 to like 7.
Oh,
like,
in the Classic?
Yeah. The old Atlanta Classic.
Yeah.
We were down 28-7, man, with like 9 minutes left in the second quarter. And by halftime, we had tied the game up. 28, and that was like the birth of the Gulf Coast offense that everybody knew.
Right.
So I was like the guinea pig. I was the guinea pig for that offense, and played those 2 years. Went overseas and played in Europe for a year. Came back and played arena football for 2 more years. And during that time, I started coaching college football. So once I got done playing, I ended up coaching college football for like 10 years. I coached at Florida A&M. I was on Coach Billy Joe's staff, and I coached at Alabama A&M. When Anthony Jones was the head coach there. That's when we had Robert Mathis at Alabama A&M. So did that for 10 years. Then moved to Atlanta in 2006, man, and had the opportunity to make a couple stops. One being I was at Noonan in 2008.
Okay.
We lost to Camden County in the semifinals when we had Alec Ogletree, who was one of the kids I coached.
I remember people were scared to run across the middle with him back then.
Hey, man,
he was at free safety.
He was a free safety.
How can you be 6'3", 215 in high school playing free?
He was playing free safety.
He was a grown,
I remember it well.
He was a grown man.
I wouldn't have ran through there either. 6'3".
I remember where they played cover 3 and he just stood right in the middle of the field. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember Ogletree came.
I remember that well. Yes.
Yeah. You thought of that, dude.
Hey, man.
Look, that kind of hurts people out there.
That's a grown man. We knew then he was going to be a special kind of player. We knew then, man.
Right, he was. He still is.
So then from there, I went to be the head football coach at Columbia High School.
And we're going to talk about that. We got to take a quick break. We'll talk about that when we get back. Hey, man, you can see, man, he got a little history here. But I'll leave it at that. We'll keep it going.
This is University of Georgia linebacker Demetrius Douglas. You're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Hey man, we are back. We're still doing our question interview right now with Mario Allen, new head coach of Banneker High School here in South Fulton in Atlanta. Hey, so just shout out to everybody out there. We see in the comments, everybody saying they're proud of you, Mario. Make sure after the show, man, you get these people love, getting out there. My man Joseph say the Atlanta Classic game and the Heritage Bowl that same year were two of the most exciting games in all of college football.
All I know is that the Georgia Dome was loud.
Yeah,
it was loud, man. And in both games, we ended up playing Southern University.
Ooh.
So you're talking about
fan versus sub.
Like 1 year, that year that we were number 1 and they were number 2. Then in the Heritage Bowl, they were number 1, we were number 2. So it was like tit for tat. And that time, because of the Heritage Bowl and the way the Florida Classic was set up, we couldn't even play in the FBS playoffs.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of HBS, like even that time when Steve McNair went, they didn't win the SWAC. They went because
they were at large.
They had that at large bid to get in.
And everybody wants to see Stigman now.
Oh man,
continue to play.
That's why they wanted him to play in there.
That's the GOAT right there, man.
Hey man,
without a doubt.
Let me ask you this: when you part of your philosophy of coaching, we talked about that a little bit. Your time you was at Columbia when you got your head. When was your first head coaching job?
My first head coaching job was at Columbia High School. So I was the offensive coordinator. Pretty much every high school I've been at in Tallahassee. I was at Ricketts High School in Tallahassee. Yeah. I was the offensive coordinator. When I was at Tri-Cities, I was the offensive coordinator. When I was at really after that, I got the head coaching job. But on the high school level, it's either being an offensive coordinator. Then I went to Columbia and got the head coaching job.
And when you got there, what were some of the things that you like the fast up tempo? That's your style.
Honestly, and being that I've played in various different kind of offenses, I pretty much predicate what I do based off the talent that I have. I don't come in saying, well, hey, I'm just a spread guy. I don't come in saying I'm just a run first guy and we're gonna play defense. I'm gonna predicate what we do on offense and defense based on the talent that we have. I don't care if you're a freshman, I don't care if you're a senior, the best 11 gonna be at the field at all times. That's how I've always been. I don't cut any corners. I tell the parents that up front so they know I'm not playing favorites by no means with anybody. Mm-hmm. If you can always come to practice and watch and see what your child is doing. If they're doing good, bad, and
don't want to do that.
But I think it's only right that you put the best 11 out there.
Right. And that's what you should do. You got to win.
Yeah. So that's how I predicate everything. It's like I'm gonna put the best out there, And if you have a 1 and 1A, I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna throw the ball out there, and you decide
Right.
who the best player is.
Best guy gonna play.
The best guy gonna play.
Now let's talk about how important feeder program, and you saying one of the things that you're going to do, you're going to definitely get out there in the parks and start seeing. So do you really want to build a relationship with the parks that are close, that basically feed into Banneker?
Well, the foundation of any successful high school program has to be a feeder program.
Right.
Because it's not like IMG, who can just go out and take people's kids. It's not like college where you can go out and recruit kids.
Right.
You have pretty much what comes through that door is what you have to,
Who get off the bus, baby? Who getting off the bus?
Who get off the bus? You gotta get the hallways. You gotta find those kids who may have not been a football player or may have played a little bit of rec ball, but I don't play football no more. You get them kids out. And my thing is, like, that's what I did to Columbia, too. Columbia was a nationally known basketball school.
Yes, it was.
So you had kids 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" on JV and down the line on varsity. I'm like, hey, coach, you're not using him. Can I get him over here?
A 6'3" kid over there.
Yeah.
But what's funny, you say that, too, because I think a lot of times people don't understand. Talking to a 6'2", 6'3" kid in basketball, like, now, look, dude. You short in basketball.
Football.
You a giant in football.
Yeah,
You're the man.
And I've been a big proponent of I need all my athletes to be in many sports as possible. Because
Right.
as long as you're doing something that has structure in the school building, and if you're not with football, if you can make the basketball team great, if you can make the baseball team great, run track, do wrestling, stay, because you never know where your breakthrough may come from.
Right.
So in order to, because everybody want to master in one sport, but you don't know what you're good at until you really play a lot of them and kind of see where you're gonna lead to. Because I was all state football and baseball.
Yeah.
I never thought I was gonna be a quarterback though. You know, it's kind of like this happened.
Hey man, we're about to take a break. We come back, man. We're gonna talk about getting this community and wrap this up, man. Because I knew Coach Banneker High School. Stay with us.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girl in Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
This is big business. This
is the American way.
Sensation Station Network.
See ya.
Hey, man, we're back. I mean, we're still here. We're doing our question interview with Coach Mario Allen, head coach of Banneker High School. Coach, let me just ask this. We want to make sure we drive this community involvement. In order to be able to do any successful high school program, you need that involvement. Just tell everybody what's going to be needed by the people of Banneker to make this thing work, man.
Like you were just saying, to be successful on any level, you look at any high schools that's successful, any college program that's successful. It has to be, you have to have funding, and you have to have a lot of support. And that's what we're going to need at Banneker High School. We need people who graduated from Banneker, who live in the South Fulton area, who in the Banneker school zone. Don't send your kids somewhere else. It's like your shirt say, it's a new day.
It's a new day.
So let them stay home, come to Banneker High School, come up to the school. I'm up there every day, literally probably from like 8 to 2, at least 8 to 1, 8 to 2 sometimes. Monday through Friday, maybe Monday through Thursday. Just come up, man, introduce yourself. I'm going to be out and about at the parks, at the middle schools, trying to find all the alumni to have them just reach out to them. But we need everybody's support down there, financially and just visibly. It's good to see people come back and went to Banneker so these kids can see people who walked the same hallways and walked the same streets and had some of the same experiences, so they can talk to them about how things were when they were there. And because, I believe in that you live as you climb.
Right.
So if you're in the community, man, come back to Banneker High School, get involved, help us out. And just be patient with us. It's a very young team. They were, the sophomore heavy team, but they went 5-5 last year.
That's great.
And they lost the last 3 games of the season, so they could have easily been, 8-2.
Right.
Maybe
made the playoff.
73.
Yeah.
So all those kids will be back. You're talking about a sophomore heavy class. Now those kids are going to be juniors. And everybody in our region kind of lost a lot. So, don't be surprised. I ain't going to make no promises, but don't be surprised if you see us playing after the regular season is done. But I'm not going to make no promises, though. But I know our coaches are going to work hard. Our kids are going to work hard. And we're not going to take any shortcuts.
Right now, we know everybody's has to be in the weight room right now. Is that just really like your main focus? We got to get stronger.
Well, yeah, like any high school program, you got to get, like you say, bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
And to my amazement, it's kind of like I've been in some high school where you have old weights and things of that nature. We have a nice weight room. We have like 20 racks and 5 platforms, bumper plates. But we need some more additional things to get.
Right.
But we have what we need. I've been in programs where we didn't have a football field. I'm not going to call no schools out. But we didn't have literally.
Let that go, Coach.
We didn't have a football field at practice at the local park.
Coach Cannon say, go ahead and make that promise.
Nah.
Don't fall for Coach, man. Don't deal with Coach.
Coach Cannon be doing that. He doing them Jedi tricks over there. Trying to do, man. Go on with all
I
that.
ain't falling for a banana in the tail. But my record always shows, man, that I'm gonna get the best out of our kids. And but like anything else, I think every school in South Fulton should be successful. Westlake is doing a good job. Langston Hughes, why not Banneker?
Why not Banneker?
Why not Banneker? They can do 7A, 6A. Hey, we're gonna take care of 5A.
Let's do 5A.
Let's do 5A.
I love it.
So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited about the opportunity. And like I said, Dr. Bradley is doing an awesome job as the principal of Banneker High School. And he's very supportive. And I'm just, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to meeting a lot of alumni.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on, Coach. Give shout-outs. Give that message. I can't wait because we're going to have you on again because we got to talk about it when we in the playoff. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Give you shout-outs, Coach, before you leave, man.
Hey, I just want to shout out everybody in Banneker High School, all the alumni, all the football players there, all the coaches who been putting in the hard work. Shout out to my daughters, Taylor, Kai, Amara. Shout out to everybody in SWAS, man. Y'all know what it is. Come on out, help support us, and help us build this program to where where it can go and what it used to be.
And there it is.
I love it, man.
Hey, Trojan Nation, let's get it.
Congratulations to the new head coach of Banneker High School, Mario.
Let's go, Pine Tree, Dealwood. Let's go.
Hey, y'all come on out, man.
Let's go. You know we coming, man. Hey, man, when we be back, man, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Robert Hicks, ex-NFL football player and actor with The Blind Side, and you're with The Crush. at ssnatl.com, Sensation Station Network.
Health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, man, we about to do a quick recruiting rundown. We're talking about one topic, but we got to give a shout out to the Cobb Football League, man. At the Cobb Football League, registration is now open. The Cobb Football League provides a high school feeder youth and football and cheer program for kids K through 5th grade in Cobb County, Paulding County, Marietta City, and Roswell City schools. Go to cobbfootball.com for more information. We're about to jump into a great topic right now. Mason, what's the topic we about to do, man?
So, man, being around a lot of kids on a daily basis, we work out with them. Able to go to a couple of camps, a couple of 7-on-7s over the weekend.
Yep.
One of the things that very troubling right now, the kids, they're more worried about offers. Everybody, why I don't have an offer? Such and such got these offers. Man, kids, listen. You still have to perform on the field. Yep. Why are you so worried about offers? If you hadn't been offered, you know what that means? You hadn't done enough. Look at the kid who has said all offers. Are you working harder than that kid? Are you getting the exposure that kid getting? Coach, when we talk about these offers, what you think about this, Coach?
I believe it just. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
My biggest thing, man, what I try to stress to kids is just keep working while you're waiting for an offer, man. Don't worry about it because
you can't worry about it.
Like I said, I coached college ball for 10 years, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. When it come down to that actual getting ready to sign those papers, a lot of kids get phone calls where they had to pull that paperwork from them. You get excited about an offer. I'm telling you, my brother, prime example. My brother got offered late by TCU after signing period.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's big time. But if you just keep working and just keep working and do what you're supposed to do in the classroom, get the film, your offer gonna come. Mind you, you got Division I all the way down to JUCO. So D1, D1AA, Division II, Division III, NAIA, JUCO, and you have prep school. So you're gonna have opportunity. So stop worrying about the offer. Nothing is official anyway until you sign that paper anyway. That offer don't mean anything. It's just verbal.
Don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. So don't worry about it, man. Just keep working, keep busting your butt. And if you're a football player, they gonna find you.
Talk about it, Wendy.
You know, what bothers me is that people are caught up in what's going on with someone else instead of being worried about just themselves. So because you have offers, I think I should have offers. And that's really not how it works.
That's not the game.
One, we may not play the same position. You know, and it's all about what schools are looking for in that particular year, what's on their chart, what they have going on at their school. And so offers may come at different times. You're looking at, you remember, we've talked about this before, how HBCUs don't come
Too late.
late.
They late in the game.
You know, and so if that's the kind of school that's going to be looking for you because that's your level of play, then you shouldn't be comparing yourself to someone who has the Power 5 coming for them. It's not going to happen at the same time. So I just think that, you know, being patient and being in your moment and making sure that when someone does make contact with you, that you keep in contact with that person to keep that door open for yourself. That's the things we need to be worried about. And you need to be worried about your grades. How about that?
Worry about your grades first.
Worry about your grades, please.
Worry about your grades first.
Because without those, there is no recruitment.
You done.
There is no recruitment.
I've seen it happen so many times, man. When I coach college, like you'll see a great athlete, like, coach, let me see your transcript. 1.8.
Bye.
And you have a 14 on the test. I just wasted a long trip to Homestead, Florida for nothing. I'm just like, you know, so it's one of them things, man, where, you know, you have to have a level head. Don't get caught up again in what somebody else got. What's for them is for them.
Right.
You may not even be that type of athlete, but you may still be able to play at the next level.
Right. What's for them is for them. What's for you is for you. It might not be meant for you to go to FIU. It may be meant for you to go to Florida A&M. You see what I'm saying?
But that's okay. That's okay if your goal is to keep playing because you have met the goal.
Because the objective is, at the end of the day, is we want to get you in college
and get a free education. Free education.
If you good,
speak on it.
They're gonna find you. College coaches and NFL. You can go to a Division III school. If you good, they're gonna find you. Prime example: Robert Mathis, the Alabama A&M, went from McNair High School.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you good and you dominate at your level of competition,
they will find you.
They will find you.
And that's why I can't wait that we get Tyrone Poole on, because here was a guy who was 5'8", maybe, but he dominated Division II. He was held at Fort Valley.
Right.
He was a first round draft pick.
He went there. He put in the work.
He put the work in. Couldn't deny his speed, his strength. He made it.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, you just got to play the game. And everybody gets caught up. And shout out to Daniel was talking about, you know, everybody just worry about it. And we're in a different age today. Everything is with all this Twitter and everybody, and you know, and
blessed to receive.
And we also got so many outside publications and things that are pumping this stuff up that makes the kid think it's necessary. And now, but at the end of the day, man, like I was telling you yesterday, the kid that hadn't played a down yet for Bishop Gorman. Well, he's played, but hasn't had a significant start. He's already going to schools.
But he goes to Bishop Gorman.
But at the end of the day, let's see what happens when he get on the field too.
Right.
He might get up there and he might get tapped one time by somebody off the end. It might be different.
And one of the things Coach Cannon brought up, and we kind of talked about, that eye test. Like, so two of the kids that I was listening to complain, and I wanted to tell them, like, dude, you don't even look like a high school football player. Yeah. So why are you worried about it? I'm like, that need to be the furthest thing from your mind. Like, you're not even putting in high school work.
Yeah.
Who gonna recruit you? I mean, and that's reality.
If you really want to play this game, you're gonna do what it takes to play this game.
You have to do that and then some.
Yeah.
You gotta do like if you have, despite what the head coach may be saying, what are you doing outside of that to make yourself better? You see what I'm saying? Are you just doing just enough for your high school program? Because if you're doing just enough, you're going to get just enough offers.
Right. You getting out work. And as Earthwind just say, you have to control what you can control.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the part of it. Like you just said, listen, if you just going to practice and then you just going home, it's another kid who, after he leave practice, he goes to this trainer, and then he has on the weekend while you tweeting and playing the game, he's somewhere at some facility. He getting it in.
But then on top of that too, your football IQ.
Yeah.
What are you doing to make yourself not just classroom smart, but football smart? Are you watching your position on the college level that you may be playing, or watching NFL guys what they're doing to make themselves football smart? Like, do you understand the X's and O's of the game?
And funny thing is, but I take a quick break. Funny thing is, we had this kid who always said he was wondering why Brian Randolph got so many offers. I say, do you see him one? He's always the first on the field, the last to lead, and he had a 3.9 GPA, so that didn't hurt either. Hey man, we about to take a quick break. Come back, finish up this offer talk. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Well, you'll see what happens. Sensation Station Network.
Hey man, we're going to the second hour of the show, being broadcast live on the Sensation Station Network and also on WBLZSports.com. Hey man, we are going in this. We're talking about offers right now and the thing right there. But the one thing, Mason, I always ask them, if you ask that kid or those kids, what do you want to do? What is it that you want? You just want to get offers, or do you want to be good in this game? Because a lot of kids think, I just go out there and do, like you say, 3/4 of the effort. I make a few plays or catch a touchdown or two. I'm doing what it takes. But if your body don't look right, your grade don't look right, you're going to be watching a lot of football, buddy.
You're going to be watching. And the toughest thing, reminding these kids, hey, man, this might be it for you.
Yeah.
That's a tough pill to swallow, that your career may end
This might be it.
in high school.
Yeah.
For a lot of you guys, the number's not going to weigh out where you're going to get an opportunity to play at the next level.
Exactly.
I was negative 2-star, y'all. I was negative 2-star. I thought it was on December 15th, 1990. I thought it was over, man. I walked out that field, state champion, like, this is it,
and I tell the high school kids a lot, man. It's like, look, some of you guys are not going to play beyond high school.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. But my biggest thing is, now what is your plan?
Right.
What do you want to do after high school? Because even if you play football on the collegiate level, most of the guys are not going to go to the pros. So what is going to be your plan?
It's going to stop sooner or later.
That number gets smaller and smaller.
So
The pool gets small.
With the way recruiting is going right now, man, these kids are all about like you said, getting the offers.
They want to be able to tweet, blessed to receive
all that kind of stuff.
my 40th offer.
But all it's going to take is to just have a bad injury. And all the offers are gone. Then what do you have? What is your plan? Because I'm telling you right now, there's a spot open 365, 24/7 that's waiting on young minority males to show up. Yeah. And that kind of jail is going to stay open.
All day, baby.
So what is your plan? You don't want to be a college football player, go to school? Cool. Military, trade. Find something to do besides having idle time to get yourself in trouble. Hanging out with the wrong people at the wrong time.
Right.
In a wrong situation. I've seen it happen so many times.
We've all coached them. We've all coached those kind of kids. I told you so kids.
Yeah, like, man, that kid was so talented. Like, what happened? Because
he wasn't focused. I can tell you what happened.
Let me ask y'all, y'all had it. When y'all see those type kids, do you feel like, I really don't want to talk to you?
It's one.
Because you know what's going to happen when you talk to
It's one that's grown with kids today. I just want to choke him every time I see him. Because he had every tool. Yeah. He had every attribute. And he was on a college campus and couldn't take being away from home. Wow. Came back home.
Yeah. I mean, we can get further and deeper into like why situations like that happen, because you're talking about the environment that they're in.
Right.
How they've grown up in an environment where it's dysfunctional. Now that's leading into them being an athlete.
Right.
A lot of times, some of the kids come in environments where you talk to them face to face and just talk to them proper, and they looking at you like, but as soon as you raise your voice and cuss at them, now they're like, well, now I can understand where you're coming from. Which to me is a dysfunction.
Right.
So it can go further and deeper into that situation, but you try to grab them as many as you can. I've had teachers actually tell me, like, Coach, why do you spend your time with those kids? Why you put so much time? I mean, they're not going to amount to nothing. I said, man, because number one, from 3:30 to 6:30, if he's not here, he's probably kicking in somebody's door.
Kicking in somebody's door, finna do something real dumb.
So I'd rather him be here with me.
Right.
And just like you have some moms or some parents, I'm not going to say moms, some parents who feel like, well, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I'm going to take him off the team. For what?
What are you going to do at home?
What are you going to do with them 3 hours that you ain't working? Now he just walking the streets and getting into trouble.
Leave him here. Let us punish him.
Let us handle it.
Let us punish him. Yeah. So we find something for him to do.
I had that argument too. I'm gonna take him out of the team for what?
For what?
Yeah.
He needs this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he need that kind of structure.
He need to
and
be around
because
us.
he's not
Yeah.
eating it from.
You ain't punishing him. You making it worse.
So
You making it worse.
Just like those kids who say, "I'm just a one sport kid." Man, you don't know what you are yet. And if you're a basketball player, if you haven't gotten any major offers by the time you're a sophomore, you probably not gonna get one, dude.
Time to move. Time to look
You
at
know what I'm
something
saying?
else.
Fell in basketball. Yeah.
So, like we were talking about earlier, prime example.
Except for you.
I had a football player at Columbia High School who was a basketball kid. He played 1 year high school football with me named Gerald Everett. He just got drafted 44th overall to the LA Rams. 1 year high school football at Columbia High School. Went on to be a top 5 tight end in the country, 44th overall selection to. But what if he just said, I'm just a basketball player and then come out with football his senior year?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't different result.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what time it is when we come back after this break?
Yes, sir.
Time for us to get a little wisdom. It's when it's wisdom's time. Stay with us. It's the Crush.
Sensation Station Network.
Hey guys, it's your girl Brenna B. I want to tell you about something pretty amazing. My friends over at Buckhead Laser Lipo have an option for you. You want to lose those inches? You want to get in shape? Spring is here. Summer is upon us. We have a way for you to lose those inches quickly. Immediately see results. $99 is your first treatment. No surgery, no pain, no downtime, just inch loss. Who doesn't want to be in shape for the summer? Buckhead Laser Lipo, 678-871-0097.
BuckheadLaserLipo.com.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction. Invest $49 a month at a real gym. For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby. Goo goo gaga. Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you gonna do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Y'all need anything else?
Sensation Station Network.
This is Amari Batman Karen. You listen to The Crush, the only sports radio show that they gonna keep it real in the A on Sensation Station Network.
Hey man, it's that time. We're on the other side of 9 o'clock, and it's time for us to get a little wisdom. Wendy's wisdom. You ready?
I am ready.
Let's get it.
What we talking about, Wendy?
So I I was reading an article, and what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about other sports too. I think we talk about football. I know we got a football coach in today, but I kind of tailor my Wendy's wisdom around all the sports. All the sports, because this is a sports talk show.
Right.
And, Glaze has a daughter that plays lacrosse. I have 2 kids in non-traditional sports or, smaller sports that aren't seen in high schools as much. And so I decided to talk about those today. And so, the big question is now, do you have to play club to get recruited in these sports? And so, I kind of want to talk about that today and where it puts us with these sports. And so the article I was reading was saying that for soccer, they interviewed some college coaches, and they said that for soccer, 95% of the women and 93% of the men came from club soccer teams. They may have played in high school, but they also played club. When it went down to basketball, which we know is now being highly recruited through AAU, and has moved away from the high schools, they're saying 92% of the women and 89% of the men played club basketball.
Wow.
Volleyball, 91% of women. Swimming, 90% of women and 88% of men are swimming on some type of club swimming team. Baseball and softball, travel. 94% softball and 87% of baseball players. They even broke it down to ice hockey. We don't really have to deal with that as much here. So we're not going to talk about those numbers. But, you know, I say all this to say that you don't have to play. But a lot of the recruitment comes through those. The college coaches are at those events. They come to those ID camps that they put on for soccer. They come to those U.S. swimming meets. They come to those traveling tournaments for those baseball players and softball players. And so at this point, it's becoming almost imperative that you get your kid in a club team. Now, here's the other part. Every club's not a good club. And so now this is where you as a parent, you have to talk to people. You're going to have to do some research and decide which club is going to be the better club. And like I said, football is still recruited through high school.
The last of a dying breed.
It's still recruited.
But it's funny, real quick, Wendy. I read something, an article similar to that, where they were saying the word elite has become a bad word with travel ball.
It is because they want to call the team the elite team, or they want to call I know with soccer now it's DA, so they got the development academy, and those kids can't even play in high school anymore because of the rigorous training that they do and the games that they play. Those kids are not allowed to play on their high school teams anymore. So they moved them off the high school circuit. So you still have like ECNL, which is elite. Then you have like a R3PL in our region. So it's Region 3 Premier League. Those kids still play in high school, but you have all these different levels now built in. And baseball is the same way. That baseball travel circuit is serious. I don't have any boys, but I hear parents talking about it all the time. That thing is crazy.
You have some kids who would rather play travel ball than play for their local high school.
I think some of that is, and y'all may be able to back me up on a little bit of this. Sometimes in the high school sports, you're getting a teacher that wants a stipend. In some of the sports.
Right.
You're not always getting someone that is as qualified to coach a child in some of those, odds and ends sports.
Right. Very true.
So, say for instance, in my school, when I first became a soccer coach, we know that I wasn't really coaching. I brought my husband in as my assistant because that's what he does for a living.
He coaches club ball.
But our girls team is one of the counselors, love her to death. She tries. Her kids played soccer, but they're still like 11 and younger. So she never played. She never went through any type of training course. There's pieces to it. And then for swimming, remember, all those coaches have to go and get certified.
Right.
To even stand on the deck at a swimming meet. I cannot go down there. So I think that, with lacrosse, you're getting, and those people are, they're trained so that they can train those kids in that particular sport. And so I think that we're getting pushed further and further out, and those sports cost a lot of money.
And I know for a fact for lacrosse, playing in certain off season helps you out a ton. And you get some hookups and unfortunately you do sometimes get the coaches that don't really want to coach it, but it's a nice little extra cash in the pocket. So
but in the same respect too, a lot of those sports you can make it to the pros earlier.
Right.
Football to me is the ultimate team sport because you have to go to college in order to play.
You must be talking about FUTBOL. He don't know about me and my football.
No, you talking about European football, basketball, probably baseball. Most of those sports you can go pro early on.
Right.
So now it's why waste my time going to college when I got personalized training now early on and make it to a club team, make my way through the minor leagues or whatever, and I make the pros.
Yep.
So while I'm in the pros, I could have been a freshman or sophomore in college. But in football, you're physically not even ready to play NFL football.
Oh, no.
So you have to go.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother story for another day because
whole nother story.
They're making all that money and the players hardly getting anything for it.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, it's a totally different world, man. Trust us.
It's an ongoing conversation.
Trust me, my pocket's still burning for that
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
sport I'm
mine
in.
too.
Hey, man, we come back, man. We got more topics. Recruiting 101, show 44. Stay with us.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made. And not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, man, we're back. Recruiting 101, man. We're having a good show. Man, we got Coach up in here. Wendy just gave y'all some wisdom.
I told Coach when we start kicking in knowledge, he gonna want to dive in on it.
Hey, man. But you know what, though, man? Wendy, my pocket still hurting, man. We picked some sports. Hey, he gonna learn too. Make sure learning. He gonna learn.
We in soccer, man. So, I mean,
he learning over here too.
Wait
man.
till you get to club soccer.
Yeah, we
for real soccer.
Yeah, we up in that thing.
1,500 before you even start the season.
Hey, my daughter in cheerleading, so it is like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
And my kid tried to do cheerleading. I was like, look at here. Let me tell you something. Do they still get full scholarships?
Yeah. Hey, we still here, man. We got a great topic about jumping to now, man. So go ahead and set it up, man.
So, big story broke late last night. 5-star quarterback Justin Fields had been committed to Penn State for about a year.
Yeah.
He decommitted last night, opening back up his recruitment. Kids, in my opinion, kids of his stature, it's no rush for you to commit early, because with everything this is a 3.9 GPA kid. He's a quarterback that's on everybody's radar. No need for you to commit that early. When you're a guy with this kind of love, it's no rush. Like, what is the rush? Why do these kind of kids want to commit so early, Coach?
I have no idea. Unless you're really in love with that school and that's where you've been wanting to go the entire time, then fine. But if you really just unsure, just wait and let the process work itself out, because that school that's falling in love with you, they may fall out of love with you as the process goes on. I tell every kid, look, man, take your 4 or 5 official visits, then make a decision the week before National Signing Day. You know what I'm saying? At least do that, because you commit and you don't take all your visits and you're like, well, man, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Because you never know what can happen on the recruiting trip that actually change your mind.
Right.
And a lot of times, get that school opportunity to recruit you, enjoy your visit, take a look at all the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. And do I see myself? I always tell kids, if you were to get hurt the first day of practice, do you still see yourself going to that school for the next 4 or 5 years? Then if so, that's your school.
That's your school.
But if you're still unsure, take your visits, man, because you never know if you take one of those visits what can actually happen and maybe change your mind. And maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Every visit gonna get
what
better.
But I know Franklin's doing a hell of a job at Penn State. Man.
He is.
So I'm kind of figuring out why that kid would decommit. From there.
I had to tell y'all, but
but that's not the first kid though. He's had 2 now.
Yeah, he lost a big time defensive end last week.
And also top of that too is like there may be other players in this position that he feel like, man, if I go in and commit and that kid commit, I may not see the field ever. So some kid want to go into a situation where, if I do go there, I may not see the field. I want to go somewhere where I can get on the field, not my first year, my second year.
Right.
And be a 3 or 4 year starter. Competition kind of, it'll weed some guys out now. So maybe they got another guy in that same position who may be coming as well. Because some kids feel like, well, hey, I'm committing to you, you're not going to recruit no more quarterbacks. They might be, well, we may or may not recruit some more quarterbacks. Who knows? So
talk about it, Wendy.
We've talked about this before, and I agree with Coach. If you're going to decide that early, it has to be some history with you in that school. And by history, I mean, your family may have gone there. There may be some that's been your dream school your whole entire life. You've worn their gear since you were 2. The whole thing. I get that, because you're really probably committed to that school. That has been like the love of your life for a very long time. Other than that, I don't see a need to make a decision that early. What are you rushing things for? Yeah. I mean, again, I tell you, some of these kids are young and they're trying to make like a life decision, and that's why I think they're changing their minds. Yeah. It's too early for them to make those type of decisions. Again, haven't taken official offers. They probably never been on some of these campuses, and you're saying I'm doing a verbal commit for what? Yeah. Why? Keep the lines of communication open.
Right.
Exactly.
Keep talking to, keep playing well at the beginning of your senior year. The offer will still be there.
It'll still, and I just think for quarterbacks, especially, it's so different.
It is.
Because, like I say, only one quarterback gonna play.
Exactly.
It's not 4 or 5 receivers, 4 or 5 DBs.
You can switch them in and out.
It's one quarterback.
Exactly.
It's one.
And if you're a 5-star kid, you really got control of the situation.
Exactly.
So just sit back, let it play itself out. It'll take care of itself in the end.
That's what bugged me about this, Glaze, and that's kind of when I hit you late last night. I'm sitting there like, we talked about it a couple of weeks before. I say, I just don't see him going to Penn State. He has become so hot. Like his stock it's skyrocketing. Then he fresh off the Elite 11. That's going to televise in a couple of weeks. Yeah. And word on the street, he tore that up.
Yeah.
So,
Penn
State.
Shout out to Ryan Brady, man, who did a comment and said his stock did go high fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and we know how it is sometimes. Everybody's getting caught up in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody want to say, hey, man, it's just so much outside pressure. And, knowing a little bit about what's going on with the kid, it's just, I'm glad that he's taking his time.
Yeah.
And enjoying it, because you only get this process once.
Yeah. Yeah.
You only get it once, man.
And it's a big decision.
Yes. So
it's a very big decision.
Only time where you can actually choose where you want to go.
Right.
It is choosing you. You're not.
Right.
So, you kind of just, man, play your senior year and maybe halfway through the season, take a couple of visits.
Right.
Look at some other schools and okay, I really do want to go to Penn State.
Yeah.
But to make the decision before your senior year even starts.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
unless that's like you said, if that's where you've been wanting to go since you
know
knee high.
Yeah.
And that's everybody, my mom and daddy, everybody went to Georgia. Then all right, cool. That's where you want to go.
And I just think a kid from the South, like you hadn't experienced no winter.
Penn State a different
like Pennsylvania
Yeah,
winter.
man.
Like you don't even have the right clothes to go.
Them complete shorts ain't gonna get it.
You ain't got no coat, you gonna buy one now?
Yeah.
Hey man, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby. Goo goo gaga. Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
and get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
If you're looking for that ratchet, you're in the wrong place. It's the nation's urban internet station, Sensation Station Network.
Still doing this, man. Make sure let's keep that topic going for a little bit more.
So yeah, and what I wanted to add on real quick, like I say, when you have, first of all, every kid not gonna go through what Justin Fields going through.
Exactly.
Like I say, this is that 1% kid we talk about.
Right.
That most of you guys, most parents, most athletes, y'all the 99% who gonna have to really work the process to the fullest. I always think when we had James Davis, and James when we went to camps, James didn't have to work out at the camp. They were just happy he was there.
Yeah.
They didn't need to see him run. They didn't need to see none of that. And when it was time for him to take recruiting trips, every week he took a trip. He liked their school a little better, so he was just like, "Oh yeah, coach, I like Virginia Tech. Ooh, coach, I like," and it was just like, "Oh, coach, Alabama."
Yeah.
And for kids, they're kids, so it's gonna be so many different things. And as coaches, parents, you have to constantly communicate with the kids and like, okay, what you thinking?
Yeah.
You got to have that dialogue, because like say, you go to one camp and now you in love with the school, you hadn't even seen everything. And like I say, Justin, you need to go up there in December.
Yeah.
And see if you can deal with
go in a home game, go in December and things of that nature, and just walk the campus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Walk it, check out the environment, spend some time in that environment to actually ask yourself, like, could I see myself being here for 4 or 5 years? Forget all the hoopla and everybody in your ear.
Yeah.
See our social media and see it back, because at the end of the day, You got to walk them hallways. You got to walk them streets. You got to be the one on the field making it happen.
Right.
Anybody from the South that want to go to one of those schools need to go in December or November.
You got to go in there weather
And I
change.
say
You
now
have
it's
to go.
always it's gotten to the point where your unofficials are more important than your
Exactly.
official
Yeah.
because
You
you
got to.
can take them on.
Yeah.
You know, you can go when it's cold and you
Yeah.
can just go and be
See,
a part of the campus instead of being about all the hoopla.
Right. Let's
And
just
that's
go.
what's
Let's
gonna
just go
make
walk
you know
around.
if you can be there.
Right.
If the sport was taken away from you.
I've seen plenty of kids, man, that go to a camp and they just commit because they got an offer.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a camp. Like,
Right, this not how it works.
You hadn't
baby.
seen nothing.
Are the kids even on campus today?
Yeah, like you don't see the facility.
We used to laugh at the guys from Miami and Fort Lauderdale that come up here and they were like, it's cold up here. And I was like, they didn't even have coats.
Yeah.
So like, why would you
they
gotta
was
figure
like-
out this stuff, man, because you go to a school that's cold, you ain't got no coat.
Some stuff you can't do. And our coats that we buy down here don't work up there.
No, it don't work up
You
there.
buy your coat up there.
And what's funny is, so you guys just dropped Isaiah off.
Yes, I did, my baby.
You just off, and say he's in Huntington, West Virginia. And hey,
you better learn.
That's some different kind of weather.
That's different up there too.
Yeah, because I've been to a couple games of that. It's no joke.
That's listen. My recruiting trip, me and my boy Kobe Reynolds, when we got off the plane, we already had made the decision. We hadn't even got to the campus. We were like, it's too cold up here.
Meant you walk off. You're like,
Don't let it be raining and cold.
Oh, and as we rolled through the mountains, like, okay, where is the campus? Like, man, Jason and Freddy Krueger gonna jump out one of these side streets at any time.
You know,
But
there ain't no school up here,
right,
man.
but we Atlanta kids, so we don't know. And then all of a sudden, they go to campus like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
You have to experience this stuff.
Yeah,
You have to experience
man.
it.
You have to.
It's the biggest difference, man. But I used to always laugh at them boys like, man, I ain't got no coat. I said, you
Yeah.
better figure one out. Because it's going to get cold up there.
It's gonna get cold. This ain't South Beach.
And I like the way y'all say, don't buy the coat down here.
Yeah.
Nah,
The coats are made different. The coats are made different. They're not even made with the same materials.
The insulin, that insulin
Right.
that go inside of it. Oh, hey, man.
And your Air Force Ones ain't gonna work, bro.
My wife had a coat she brought from Chicago. I was like, man, this thing ain't even, what is this? This
Yeah,
is,
like you're never gonna wear that.
where
again.
is this? I don't think she wore it much down here.
You'll
Like,
never-
You break out of the full sweat here.
Right, That's just like my cousins from New York. They Averex jacket different from the one we go by.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, why
different?
Why your jacket so heavy? Yo, B, this how the New Yorkers do it, son. I'm like, I guess so. I guess so.
And when they did correct us during that, there's actually 3 kids that's decommitted from Penn State.
Yeah.
So that's got to be hurting James. And then as a coach, you looking like, dang, I'm losing big time kids up here, man.
Either that or they doing a hell of a job recruiting where they getting a lot of kids that want to come there. And the other kids, again, might be like, I don't know.
Right.
I want to compete with that kid because he may be in front of me for the next 4 or 5 years.
Which kind of, for me, goes back to these verbals. Like, I get it. I get it. You want that glory, that shine, but I mean, it's going to dull out. You still have, as a junior, you still have your senior season to play. Like, so much stuff can happen.
Say, if you're getting recruited by that many, I see kids all the time narrowing their list down and putting out a list.
Mhm.
If you feel that strongly about it, put you a list out and say these are top 10. So that those other coaches know to go look. That they that they can go look elsewhere. That kind of frees up that spot that you were holding, the holding spot for you.
Right.
If anything, do that. There's no reason to again do that early commit.
Or even dealing with the maybe the new rule they may put in place now with the early signing period with football.
December.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They going to feel it this year.
Yeah.
They going to feel it this year.
that actually be a help to the FBS schools.
Right.
Because the major get their kids out the way early and be done
They
with
come
it.
in and get the,
Yeah.
Hey, man, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Tracy Hutchins with CBS 46 News. You're listening to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It's a Sensation Station Wealth Nation collaboration celebrating 7 years going hard in Always Radio Now. The Go Hard, Go Home Summer Series returns. It kicks off at Red Martini Lounge July 6th with multi-platinum selling artist Silk the Shocker. Silk the Shocker performing all those hits with the celebrity red carpet brought to you by The Hype Magazine.
It's no limit forever. The Hype Magazine, Wealth Nation, and Sensation Station Network celebrating 7 years goes hard July 6th at Red Margin Lounge. Tickets only $10. Get more info at ssnatl.com.
I know you got a man and all.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby. Goo goo gaga. Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
Hey man, we're back. We doing our recruit. Somebody let feel fine.
Man, don't make me.
Man, we about to talk about this SEC, man. We always got to talk about. Make sure we jump into it, man.
So the SEC, they passed the new graduate transfer rule to keep them competitive. They say they're keeping themselves competitive with other Power 5 schools because no other Power 5 conference, they don't have this rule. So we know Nick Saban, you know, he pitched a fit last week. Usually Nick Saban get his way.
Daddy Saban talk.
You asked me and I said, Saban has spoken.
Right.
The rule will be changed.
Right. But the SEC went the other way. The SEC say, you know what, hey, let's let the guy in. Let's change our graduate transfer standards.
Yes.
Hey, what
and
you think about it,
has
Wendy?
to do with academic progress,
Right.
So it goes, it lessens the penalties from 3 years to 1 year.
1 year.
Which means now that, what's his name?
Malik Zaire.
Malik, yeah. Will be fine at Florida.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what? This is the thing. When you put certain things in places for Power 5, but not everybody else that they're playing, their rules are different. Like, what's the purpose? At the end of the day, and that's what I think that's the how the coaches were looking at it. Like, so you're penalizing us, but you're not penalizing everybody else for the same thing.
Right.
So, like, why? Because obviously kids that want to transfer who graduate want to go to the best school that's going to give them the best opportunity. So why wouldn't they want to come
Because they only got one shot.
You've got one shot.
got
You
one
probably only
shot.
got, what, a year left, maybe?
You got that year.
That year. So the
Yeah.
thing is, why penalize them for trying to make the best of that one last year? Because for most of them, they probably try to make it to the next level, I would guess, in that 1 year.
And they've already graduated. And that's just, I kind of see what the SEC would basically kind of say. Well, he might just have a degree in, whatever. And his GPA is, But when he transferred to your school, he taking grad classes. So he probably going to get 2 classes?
2 or 3, yeah.
And he gonna be hanging out at the facility
Most
all
of the
day.
Yeah.
What you thought about? What you think about this, coach?
Man, I think, honestly, man, I just think if a kid can graduate early and he still has the year eligibility, then he should have that. She should have that choice. And now, whether he decides to transfer to a Power 5 school or transfer to a FBS school.
Mm-hmm.
I think was it like a year or two ago. It was a kid from Eastern Washington.
Yeah, they went to Oregon.
He went to Oregon, so he actually came
But
up. As
he went up, and he had to take 1 million classes.
Oh yeah, he did.
He had to take 1 million classes before he got to Oregon.
But if you're gonna put the work in to graduate early, and you still have a year eligibility left, hey, to each his own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you understand, you're talking about big money business, and coaches feel like I don't want to give anybody extra, unfair advantage or give them a different advantage, but. I mean, it's big money involved in these deals, man.
So that's the other thing I was thinking about. So if I stay at your school and I'm on scholarship, then you technically still just paying for me to take up that scholarship space, even though I'm taking grad classes, right?
Yeah.
Why not let me leave? Doesn't that free up some money?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking about me, money, numbers.
You just stay and play.
Right, but the thing is, if I don't want to be there anymore and my chances of playing aren't that great there, let me. I don't get this scholarship money back because I'm going to go over here and get some of theirs.
Isn't that what happened when the kid left Alabama to go to Georgia to follow Kirby Smart?
Mm-hmm. Maurice Smith.
Yeah, so it's like, he probably just wanted to follow his coach.
He wanted to follow his coach.
Right.
He wanted to follow his coach.
I graduated early. I'm just going to go to the University of Georgia.
Everybody who says it's easy to get a scholarship, whatever. Everybody ain't getting degrees.
Right.
But
everybody
my only point to that, Glaze, and I was sitting there saying, listen, we say they're student athletes. Reward the student.
He did his job.
He did his job.
He got his degree.
Let it go.
It's time for me to go. I'm a grown man now. Make my decision.
Jeez.
Quit trying to hold me out. Nick Saban. Quit making it business. We'll be right back.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And so a new American industry has been born.
Sensation Station Network.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Killer Mike, Killer Kill from the Ville. You're checking me out right now on the Sensation Station Network. Make sure you tune in, suckers.
Suckers. I'm sorry, we back. Suckers. Hey man, we listen. Hey, you hear Recruiting 101, man? The Crush Sports Talk. We got coach in the building with us, man. New head coach at Banneker High School. What's happening?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We do it. What we got, Maceo?
So we always talk about exposure, kids going to these camps. So I did a survey, and most of these college one-day camps They only charging $40 for the 1 day camp. At all the colleges, pretty much. 1 day camp, $40. Parents, what we waiting on? We say we want exposure. We say we want our kids to be seen. We say we want to put our kids in the best situation. Come on, man. We blowing. Hey, we blowing at 40 at American Deli.
Right, for dinner.
Hey, man. We say we want these kids to be seen. Talk about it, Wendy.
You know, at this price, I think that if that is your goal, then it makes it doable. Again, I think that there's some things you need to put in place prior to going on that college campus. I talked about those last week, and I think in the week before, like you need to reach out, let the college coach know that you're coming, that you'd like to talk to them while you're there, so that way you're already on the radar. Go ahead and send your huddle link or whatever to them, your information, all your information to them. That way they are looking for you when you get on that campus and have carved out, even if it's just a little piece of time to talk to you while you're there. Because if not, sometimes you just want in a number because the camps are inexpensive.
Yeah. Right.
So I would say, go about it the right way. But at that price, that's even more reason for you to reach out, let these coaches know, and try and make it. It's also a chance for you to visit the campus. Right. If you make a weekend trip out of it or a couple day trip out of it, a road trip with your parents, to a college that may be a little bit further away, you can do some things while you're there in the towns to figure out if it's something that you truly could survive it later on.
Talk about it, Coach Allen.
Well, she's absolutely correct. You can spend $40 to go to a 1 day camp to get some exposure. Why not go? You can't say, well, nobody came to see me, but a lot of times you have to put yourself on the map.
Right.
So you can't wait for somebody to just, figure out what it is.
When you don't have a mailbox full of letters,
exactly,
you got to go get it.
And a lot of times too, when you go to these camps, that gives you a chance to kind of see where you actually stack up with other kids in your position,
right,
as well. So you're talking about a kid who may be a 4 or 5 star DB, and you're a receiver with 1 star. You go out into the camp and you ball out with in one-on-ones or group drills and group activities. Now you got other people who are looking at that DB like, hold on, who this receiver here from Banneker?
Right,
exactly.
Right.
So now, and I've had kids like that who've gone to camp and went from an unknown to now Tennessee calling, Florida State calling, Miami calling.
But they win the place to be.
Exactly. And like me as a coach, and I know a lot of coaches do it as well. What I've done, we rented some vans. We're going to go to the Alabama camp, Auburn camp, Georgia Tech, Florida State, Florida, Louisville.
You never know.
Because you just never know when the opportunity may come. And then what happens is you go to this camp, and then the word start getting out. And you start getting phone calls.
The buzz.
And like you said, that buzz start getting created. Now, that kid's like, hold on, I got a chance to actually play college. I have kids like, I didn't even know I had a chance to play college football. Some of them hadn't even been outside 285, let alone outside, hadn't been outside the state. They never been on a college campus to do anything. So now they walking on campus like, hold on, this is what it's really about. I'm like, yeah, you got a chance. You could be the one of your family members who could change the dynamic.
You could change.
You could be that one, but it ain't gonna be.
A lot of kids also. Let me just real quick is the one thing they need to also. They still, and I want to make sure I don't step on anybody's toes. Quit looking for the hot, big time publicity camps. Look at the school camps. That's what Macy was talking about. Yeah. Look for the one Texas A&M is doing this or
on their campus.
Yeah, on
with
their
coaches.
A lot of us get caught up in these celebrity camps. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
But you trying to get exposure.
Yeah. And be realistic about where you probably gonna end up playing football or whatever sport you're gonna play.
There's a nice camp going on. I can't think of it.
It's one going on this weekend.
It's a big satellite camp going on this weekend.
The Champion Elite
football
camp down at LaGrange College.
It's gonna be 40
college. It's gonna be over 100 colleges.
Over 100 colleges there.
That's what
major,
you be looking for.
Yeah, from major, your Power 5 all the way down to Division 3 NAIA.
And think about this real quick, Lay. Candace's son went to Mercer camp.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
And he ran a 4.3.
And everybody like.
Now all of a sudden he went from a sophomore, don't nobody know. He ran a 4.3. Now everybody like, wait a minute.
What do we tell Candy? Go buy your Big Ben.
Boy, hey,
go buy you a Big Ben.
Get your mind right now.
Get you a Big Ben. Cause here they come.
Here he come.
Sophomore running with him.
And he only gonna get faster.
Go get your Big Ben.
Like I say, if everybody get opportunity, man, check out the camp at the Grange this weekend. The Georgia Minority Coaches Association is really, behind that 100%. Coach Tink and a lot of other coaches are behind that. So get down there, man. Even if you just take a drive, you can't get into the camp because it's probably sold out.
Yeah.
But at least go and at least check it out. So next time they have it.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
Get involved with it.
Let's take a quick break, man. We'll be wrap this up, man. Stay with us.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ. And He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction. Invest $49 a month at a real gym. For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Hey guys, it's your girl Brenna B. I want to tell you about something pretty amazing. My friends over at Buckhead Laser Lipo have an option for you. You want to lose those inches, you want to get in shape, spring is here, summer is upon us. We have a way for you to lose those inches quickly. Immediately see results. $99 is your first treatment. No surgery, no pain, no downtime, just inch loss. Who doesn't want to be in shape for the summer? Buckhead Laser Lipo, 678-871-0097.
BuckheadLaserLipo.com.
Hey, we're going to this Crush Recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
With Blunt Power 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power
by going to the website bluntpower.com or that Facebook or Twitter page at Blunt Power. First, before we get into this, man, real quick, Coach, man, thanks for hanging out with us today, brother.
Man, again, thank y'all for having me, man. Hopefully, y'all.
I'm glad we can hang
one day.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad we can hang out and not argue with each other.
But I know, especially when the Cowboys come.
November 12th. We'll revisit that.
I won't like none of y'all, but for now, I like y'all.
I hope Atlanta win every game except when they play the Cowboys.
Hey, real quick, you said a trivia question, and I'm gonna make sure we're gonna use you later on. Macio's daddy went somewhere to answer all these why he's a Cowboy fan's questions.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna say that.
Yeah,
for why he. But go ahead, Mason. I don't want to say that, but you said it today when your daddy went to school.
My daddy was a proud alumni of that school right there. He talked about him all
the time. We can tell him now, but we're gonna hold it. So all y'all listen.
Bishop College, baby.
Dallas, Texas,
baby.
Dallas, Texas.
In the heart of Dallas, baby.
In the heart of Dallas. There's a lot of questions, but we're gonna hold on to that.
No doubt. Go
ahead, Mason. What we got, man?
So, man, we're gonna close with this, man. Talking to a good college buddy of mine today, man, and we were talking about the recruiting process from a college coach perspective. Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things he was saying, just give you parents a couple of things that these guys. This is really how college coaches think, and we got a guy who actually was a college coach and did some recruiting. So he was saying the first thing they do is they identify potential recruits, and the basic requirement in today's recruiting, grades. Grades wipe everything out. Number one. If you don't have grades, best believe your child will not get recruited in any sport. Understand that first and foremost. Height, weight requirement. Every school has a chart. No, they don't post it, but again, go to any roster, pull up any college roster in America. Look at the height, weight, at the position that your child plays. Mm-hmm. That's their baseline. Mm-hmm. It don't lie. And then he was talking about position needs. 1 year I might need 5 receivers. Mm-hmm. Next year I might not need any.
Exactly.
And you have to be aware with that. Again, checking rosters, seeing how many freshmen, how many sophomores who actually play.
Right, exactly. Injuries.
Injuries.
You know what I'm saying?
Who in competition.
Yeah, exactly.
And understand this, and he was saying about, because he's a Division I coach. He was like, usually their baseline, they start out maybe 8,000 kids. That's their baseline board.
Wow.
But again, just 8,000 kids fighting for 25 scholarships.
25 scholarships.
And again, a lot of kids get wiped off this board just by their grades.
Oh yeah.
The grade. How many times can we talk about these grades and getting the transcript?
Yeah, just as when I was a college football coach, it literally came down to between coaches when it came down to what kid are we going to sign, what's that kid GPA? This kid got a 3.5, that kid got a 2.2. 2.2 kid is gone.
Off the board.
Off the board.
Killed your scholarship.
They could be the same kind of player, but as a college football coach, this is big business. So I can't worry about you being eligible. I can't worry about you being eligible. Because you know what? Because if we don't win, they may be pulling a U-Haul truck up to my house.
Right.
So you're talking about taking food out of my family's mouth as a college football coach. So don't ever get it twisted. These college football, they love you, but once you get on campus, it's about getting those wins.
Right. And it's so funny you said that because one of the things that he talked about, he's like, listen, it has yet to be a kid that I recruit that they call it stand on the table.
Yeah.
I haven't stood on the table for no kid yet because at the end of the day, I'm sitting there like, if I stand on this table and that kid strike out, bruh, I'm done.
They're going to take your table away from
the head coach will be like, would you put your check on it right now?
Right.
You see coaches do this like, well, then that's not our guy then.
That's not our guy.
If you put your check on like, look, coach, this kid is going, I guarantee this going to be our kid.
Yeah.
But, a lot of times to come down, they both equal. It has to be a determining factor, and normally it comes down to GPA. So they like, okay, this kid has a high GPA, so we know in the classroom we got to worry about.
He's not going to be a problem.
You see what I'm saying? Then on top of it, they talking about what kind of character. If you have a lot of kids with social media now, these kids want to put their whole life story on social media and cuss and do this. These coaches are checking that stuff.
They got a staff just for that now.
They checking all that little stuff you put up. So if you putting all the little slang words and gang affiliations and F this and F that and
they
see all that, man. They don't need that kind of head.
They don't need that on their campus. They don't have time for that.
No, it's a $1 billion business.
$1 billion,
and if you gonna jeopardize that, they're not gonna recruit you. You're gonna really make their job easy to get rid of you.
And one of the second points he made, he said, so once they go with that part of it, so that dwindled that number down, and he was like, so now we're going to talk about the offers, and we reach out to kids, the in-depth athletic evaluation, getting the kid on my campus. Let us see really what it look like. Okay, coach them got him listed at 5'11". I get down there to the school, he 5'9". Tell the truth.
Just tell it.
Tell the truth on your huddle, all your social media. Tell the truth. They gonna find out.
Yeah. Then they're gonna just find out just how do you actually interact with them, just communication wise. Are you kind of standoffish? Are you kind of not? Are you antisocial? Are you overly social to where you got to be at everything all the time? Wherever there's something going on, you got to be there. So they don't want guys who want all the shine on them. They need some guys like, look, you here for football.
Need some glue guys.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to have your couple that going to cross the line. You're going to have a couple guys, like me, and every coach knows, like, that's okay. You're going to have some guys who are not going to walk that fine line. You need a couple of those anyway just to keep the balance of power.
You're going to have a Randy Moss.
Yeah, you got to have a couple of those. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the ones they call, those are your dogs.
Yeah, that's a boy dogs. So, but yeah, man, it's just one of them things, man, where you got to recruit a lot of kids, and I tell the kids they're gonna do the same process the next year. So it ain't gonna change. So you fighting for your scholarship and your playing time and all that every year.
Hey man, and that is our show for this week.
Hey baby, all we try to do is get y'all in school, man. That's all we're trying to do, man. We're trying to help y'all out, man.
It is one of those things, man.
Well, you don't have to pay somebody a gang of money to do some stuff you can do.
Man, that ain't rocket science either, man. Like. If you just listen and take the information that people are giving you and just apply it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Coach, man. We got to wrap this up, man. We ain't got so much.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Go Cowboys.
Hey!
How about them boys?
Cut out that mic, Prime. He's done for the day. He got too happy. He done got too happy. Well, thank you, Prime. Thank you, Kennedy.
Prime went long.
Listen.
Can we get a new video?
Right there. Thank you, Coach.
You spoiled me with the
Appreciate it,
video.
man.
Can I get a new video?
Thank you, man. Thank you, Wendy.
My dude.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mace.
Hey, can we get a new video? You spoiled me with the video.
Yeah, you spoiled it with those videos.
Yeah,
so
man. Can I get a new clip?
Can we get a new cut?
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank you all for listening. Hey, whatever, Miss Brewer, who somehow you said good info on the camp, then you said Cowboy, then that cut out. I'm gonna delete that. Delete that comment. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.